Welcome to the Trash Cats Trash Cast. I'm Richard.
I'm Steven.
And you know, ICE agents shot a U.S. citizen in the face today, but we're going to talk about other things because I just ate this salty-ass curry, and I assume I have high enough blood pressure already.
I'll give you a little out on that, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I refuse to comment because I have refused to watch the video. Now, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I normally watch all the cop slop murders, okay? I watched a cop shoot some dude in the face with a shotgun this week, and it was brutal. Okay, I love watching cops abuse their power. Now, this video, I'm a little tentative. Honestly, I know I'll get around to it eventually, but I'm hearing so much, like, clear-cut wrongness, like almost, like, of course there were losers who argue against, but like George Floyd, the video was like so obvious, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm hearing this is like that, but I'm also hearing it from a lot of people I don't really trust, and I'm skeptical to watch it because I don't want to fight with these people because I think the wrongs of ICE are so obvious. I don't need to see them shoot one more person in the face to like have a good example of why they're bad. Now, that might just be like making logic of my laziness, but that's where I'm at. It also just happened this afternoon or whatever. So.
We'll listen to hours upon hours of debates of the goofiest shit sometimes, but won't watch this fucking video. I
know I'm going to listen to hours of debate on this too. It's just...
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wasn't choosing to watch the video itself. I did... Mr. Brian Tyler Cohen forced me to watch it.
Mr. Bitcoin himself, BTC.
Big B. There's like a construction company up here called BTC, and every time I pass it, I'm like, it's the boy.
Yeah, he needs to rebrand.
Yeah. They showed, the clip, and I think it's clearly homicide. It's
gotcha.
It's fucked up.
Pretty
it's
clear.
Bad. Yeah.
Even though
it's extremely clear. There were so many different options somebody could have taken.
Well, yeah. Let me just shit test you a little bit. Remember the lady that threw the boiling water at the cop's face?
Yeah.
Tried to. I gave the cops slight cover on that, and I stand by it. Slight. Still guilty of something.
Sure. Yeah.
But I can understand if I throw boiling water at a cop, I understand. That is like my level of true based on honesty, okay? Yeah. Is there anything I would see in this? Okay.
No. So
I trust you.
The guy that claims to have been like he was fearing for his life, put himself in front of the car as they're telling her to move it. So one person's telling her to move it. The other one's
me over.
The other one's opening her car door, and this other guy comes up to the front of the car before anything happens, pulls his gun out. And then when she's trying to she's like terrified trying to like get the fuck out of the way. And the whole she tried to run him over. Like, no, all of that's horseshit.
Gotcha.
All of that's so wrong. He put himself in that position and chose.
Now, let me ask you this.
But before she put the car into drive, he wanted to shoot her.
Sure. I mean, cops love shooting people in the face, so that tracks. Yeah. Are you familiar with the Acorn video?
The Acorn video. That sounds familiar.
How about we do this? We're going to do this. We're going to hit the Acorn video up, and then we're going to do, because you said you didn't want to do politics, we'll do a hard Men in Black style memory wipe and get into get into the real episode after that. Okay,
that's perfect. Yep, perfect. That's now, the palate cleanse we need.
And I actually have a magic way to mind wipe us, but first let's Google. I'm just curious what comes up. Let's Google Acorn police shooting.
Oh, okay. I think I can guess what this is.
What's the title of the YouTube video?
Officer shoots at man after mistaking acorn falling for gunfire. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Let it roll. 3, 2, What?
Hold on, wait. Are you on the NBC one?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if this is good. We'll find out.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I absolutely remember this.
That's where he... Now let me remind you.
He shot so many times. He's still going.
Let me remind you, if you forgot, he just mag dumped a full clip into the back of his own vehicle where he has someone detained. There is a cuffed person in his back seat in which he unloaded his clip.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
Now we're watching it from the second... It's like the tiniest little tin clip of an acorn hitting the...
Oh, the other one did too.
Jesse,
2 of them. Jesus Christ.
There's a dude cuffed in the back seat.
Get back, where is he?
Doing like Matrix moves like Neo to dodge all these bullets.
Did the guy get hit?
No, somehow did not get hit.
Man was unharmed and said it left him traumatized. Obviously. Jesus Christ.
2 cops just mag dumped into a vehicle.
Just open fired. Put you in handcuffs in the back of in a cage.
Hey, sometimes those acorns are spooky. What are you gonna do?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's a classic. I will say, if you do like the deep analysis,
he believed he had been hit.
Yeah, he says I'm hit. She asks, where are you bleeding? And I'm not sure. And honestly, if you do a deep analysis on it, it's actually kind of fucked because the dude clearly had some sort of either PTSD or like mental health response. Like it was not natural, and I think there is now fuck police, right? Yeah, and
right.
Not all police. I don't like the ACAB shit, but fuck 99.9% of cops, right? But the guy clearly was under some sort of stress, or the job had done a number on him to have that type of response.
Yeah, that's...
But who cares? Because he's a cop.
Jeez, yeah, fuck that guy. That's... He shouldn't be a cop. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see anything on my vest?
What are you feeling? Did you feel anything?
My legs went numb when it hit me.
All right.
I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from...
Go this way. Can you move?
Yeah.
I got you, buddy.
All right. You ready to mind wipe? You ready for amnesia?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't know about you. We had... We'll restate the meta, the same meta we did on the last episode. We had a fully fleshed out, deeply researched art philosophy episode. Once again, we're not recording because I had a bad day. And I figured you might be having a bad day too. So we're going to mind wipe. Okay. I need you to go to your browser.
Again, okay. Yep.
I coded this website just for you. Okay. Go to make-everything-okay.com.
Sounds like a trick. There's just a button that says make everything okay.
Now what?
I mean, should I click it?
I would if you want
it. It seems like a trap.
If you want to make everything okay, you probably got to push the button.
Making everything okay is in progress.
Loading.
It's loading. Yep, there's
Buffering.
A bar, a nice green bar. Everything's okay now. If everything is still not okay, try checking your settings of perception of objective reality. Okay. I mean,
is everything okay?
Everything's okay.
Okay, cool. I guess we're good then.
This kind of kicks ass. You know, I will say it's kind of therapeutic.
I thought so. It's a cute website, isn't it?
It's very nice.
I don't like when guys call things cute, but I feel like this website is an exception.
This is cute. This is exactly what that is.
So we made it through the intro of the episode. Where are we going now? Also, on our last episode, I really liked the metaphor of finding the golden snitch.
I'm sorry, what did we use that for?
Losing the argument, not tracking the debate. I've lost the snitch again. I thought that was very funny.
Oh, fucking hell. You know, we kind of got through the intro. We didn't really talk about our weeks.
Yeah, hit yours
How
first.
was your week? Mine first?
Either way, go ahead.
Okay, let me go ahead. I think you've got more of a thing to say than I do. Week's been chill. Depression is still holding out this year. I'm not
Good.
as depressed as I would normally be. There's like that low, that kind of murmur level, like probably for you a good day. It's like where like, yeah, I don't want to get up out of bed in the morning. And like, there's that hesitance before getting in the shower. And there's like the like responsibility part of the day. That just feels like a drag. And then by like the afternoon, I just feel shot and I just want to sleep, but I kind of can't sleep. There's like little bits of that. It's like not as bad as it normally could be during this time of year for me.
What are you attributing this still seemingly moderate depression?
It's I mean, I think here's I guess the way I look at it is it's better than anticipated, and I'm still waiting. Like, you know, I usually have been getting it closer to.
No, you clearly are feeling much better.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing better.
But what are you attributing it to?
Feeling better.
What's working?
I think there's multiple factors going on. One, I did start therapy last year. So working through a lot of the things that like the anxiety responses that kind of like pulled me into a spiral, like working on how to like work my way out of that has been really nice. It's been super helpful. Kind of in general, I think not putting as much weight on my own shoulders as I used to. I still catch myself doing it, and I still, I enjoy having a lot of responsibilities, but it's not. I'm not beating myself up for it, I guess, as much. And also, I think definitely having my niece up here has been massive for me.
Oh yeah.
Just having someone else to, like we talk mental health stuff too, but talk about like interests and stuff. And, it is really refreshing to see the adult kind of the person that she's becoming, and who she already is. And it's really, I don't know. It just feels good. Yeah. I'm doing all right. The whole, I kind of had a little bit of the Christmas spirit this year, if you believe it.
You did mention that last time, and I was going to drill down through that Christmas spirit, and it got away from us. So what the fuck was that all about, huh?
I don't know. I think it was just that the whole, it kind of came out of nowhere, but it's things feel good right now, in my personal, immediate circle. It just,
let me ask you, you say, of course, which is great. Therapy has helped. I feel like people often, I don't want to externalize. I feel like sometimes people think the therapy is helping, right?
Yeah.
And I think a better way to think of that is my thinking has changed my life.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm just curious, what has changed? What do you see is changing that is allowing you to feel better that you're achieving through therapy or whatever?
I think the most immediate thing for me that I really needed to get a grip on was just the panic response that I would kind of force myself into of when shit happened that I didn't have control over, or things change very suddenly. Like we're in this business that's rapidly expanding and like we are all in uncharted territory. Like this is brand new shit for all of us. So
Shark Tank mode.
Yeah, like we don't know what to expect, so we'll make decisions and then very suddenly it's like, oh, we shouldn't be doing it this way at all. We need to switch it like now. Mm-hmm. So like shit like that's happening even though it's our slower season, but like even especially during the summer when it was like, you know, kind of popping off, and we're trying to get ahead of it for this you know, summer, and there's part of me that was, I mean, even last summer when I was like, I'm just anticipating next year. I'm anticipating like what's going to happen when we're in, you know, we have 10 locations. What's going to happen when we have like 30 locations and we don't have the resources to back it up or like it happens very suddenly and like suddenly we have to like make these changes. So like I would freak myself out.
Let me push you. You're giving me...
Well, let me finish answering the question.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, stop. I'm kidding. I thought that would be funny, and it didn't land right.
I thought, okay, well, he's going to change it, and it's fine. Well, even the idea of like the things, the important thing is like the things that I can't control, learning to address that right away of like, okay, I can't do anything about it, but what can I do to make the situation like work for me now? Like what can I do now, like objectively, that's going to either put myself at ease or like, what can I think about that's going to like set this aside? And it's like 9 times out of 10 of it, it's like, I don't need to deal with that right now. I just having that thought of like, I don't actually need to deal with that right now. That's a tomorrow problem or that's next week problem. It's like, I can, it's not immediate. I'm the one making it immediate. And you know, my therapist is rad. He's cool as fuck, but most of what at least my experience therapy has been is just, I'm telling him, you know, the things that stress me out. And then as I'm saying it to him, I'm realizing that I'm the one, like, I'm realizing the shit. And he'll, you know, push me in certain ways, in certain directions on certain things to like kind of make me think about it. But like, I'm figuring most of the shit out on my own. He is super good at listening and giving good response though. Yeah.
I guess the joke I was going to make is I felt like you're giving me beer and I want vodka. Like do you feel like it's just like practicing these motions, or do you feel like you thought something different that allowed you to feel change? Or do you feel like it's more of like a practice thing?
It's more of a practice thing, I think. I think in general, the practice has definitely led to it's not a different... It's not a different like thought process, more of just a different approach, I guess. I don't know. I think it's not that I had like an epiphany of any kind. It's just more that I've practiced enough of like, this is going to boil over, and like this is not boil over. Boil over is bad. You don't want it to boil over, right? Like this will, you know,
this will explode in a day or two.
This will run its course. This is going to run its course, and like I can react to it so many ways. Choosing which way I react to it is, you know, how it affects me. So that's the thing I can control.
If a year ago we would have talked about this, I feel like you could have given that same advice, but clearly something's changed more than just like how you think about it. It's like how you're practicing it.
I think I definitely could give that advice to other people, but I struggled to do it for myself. In high anxiety moments, I absolutely, I mean, I still struggle with it, but I was over probably, I think I feel confident saying like August is when it really started like becoming easier. to make that call. But like for the year prior to that, at least, I was so like anxious and just wound up all the time. And I've had coworkers tell me like it affected them and like they were afraid to come to me with stuff because I was just so out of it.
Yeah.
And I just seemed angry and upset all the time. And like, they felt like it was like almost a hostile work environment working with me. And I'm like, that bums me out to hear.
I mean, there were times the podcasts were that way where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to record because Ricky's going to yell at me for not having a rebuttal to his arguments. And I just thought I'd take this moment to reset the history of the lore of this podcast.
I just can go back and listen to all the me yelling at Steven compilations. Just
it's cool. It feels like easier to navigate because you've gotten more used to it or whatever.
Yeah. I want to while we're on this momentary topic, I do think one of the funniest things I've ever had someone tell me about our podcast is my coworker that said, Steven's bullying you. It's like he cuts you off all the time and he backs you into a corner no matter what you say. And I just laughed. I'm like, that's the funniest part of the podcast. That's how worked up he gets over something. In my mind, that's the funniest shit.
You play a really good straight man, and I play a pretty good unhinged person.
It's a good, and that's why I think it was so necessary to like introduce you to her. I was just like, you have to meet him in person. It's so much funnier when you know him. Sorry. Tell me about your shitty week.
Week's okay. I didn't sleep last night. I feel like sleep I've always had so many issues with, but I feel like not sleeping affects me more and more lately. I did have a funny mentally ill lunch, though.
What could that possibly mean? Like can of Vienna sausages mentally ill or what?
I was late for work, which doesn't matter because I'm always at work when you work from home. And I made it to lunch and I hit up one of my buddies because I had like a very random question. And I had like just sat down to eat my shitty lunch in the middle of my stupid work day. And then my homie calls me and he had a whole lot of problems, okay? And
I know the vibes.
And it was very funny because at first I'm like, of course I wanted to talk to him, but I'm like kind of annoyed just because I'm like in the middle of lunch. I know this.
Yeah.
I know we're going to end up yapping and I'm like, still have to get back to work. And what happens is 2 hours go by.
Oh, God damn.
And I remember hitting like the end call on the phone. And I thought to myself, like, man, that dude's fucked. And then I thought to me, I'm like, man, I really enjoyed that phone call. And then a little more time goes by, I'm like, fuck, dude, we're both fucked. And then I went back to work. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, shit.
There's that feeling of, like, excitement when you're with a fellow unhinged person. Where I'm like, I'm supposed to be working and just like one weird question or whatever, and like 2 hours are gone. Like we're both yappers. And,
yeah.
I got nothing done.
I 100% recognize that feeling. I've been on that call before where it's like you want to be helpful. You want to listen. This is your friend.
Yeah.
Like you care about this person and you want to be there for them because you know they'd be there for you.
Yep.
But like you're in a moment where you're like,
It's just
fuck. I just need like 20 minutes to get this grub down, and then like I just need a couple minutes to like think to myself.
Yeah,
and like it's not their fault.
No.
It's just it is what it is,
and you're simultaneously enjoying it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it's like
fuck. Now you're stuck.
Down.
Yeah,
yeah. Exactly. It's like you. Of course, you can't be like, sorry, man, I got to eat my fucking lunch and go back to work.
Sometimes you have to.
Sometimes, yeah, sure. But like, there's a part, it's like, there's like, a guilt to it on top of that. But then, yeah, you feel you're enjoying it because you're talking to your people. Dude, that happens so often at work for me in general, because everyone that works with us is mentally unwell in some way. So
we do that too.
We bounce off of each other for shit, and it gets, because we're also all yappers. We just sitting there talking shit about anything, and then it'll turn into like a discussion until someone finally says, there's like a lull in the conversation, and someone will say, hey, let's put on a podcast, or let's put on an audiobook. And then dude, we started trying to do an audiobook thing at work, and it is not working out.
That's funny. That makes it way better than it worked.
It's like, it's fun the first day, and you're like, oh, this was cool. And then the next day, like, half of those people are gone. And you're like, all right, do we listen to it? And like, there's other people that didn't hear the first 2 episodes, and you're like, or the first 2, sections of it or whatever. And you're like, all right, we can't keep doing this. Like, someone's got to turn on a blender, and they can't do it until we,
I didn't hear the first fifth of chapter 2 because
yeah, fucking this asshole's over here doing their job.
What I thought was like the funny special part of it is like. It'd be funny if you heard that. But like, my dude had some like real heavy shit going on where it was like serious, and I'm glad to have been able to like catch that time with each other or whatever. But what was like very funny about it is like an hour later into talking, it's like none of those problems exist, and we're just yapping. And then I'm like, fuck, goddamn, like I'm like. Yeah, it's just like a weird friend thing where you're like, God damn it, this was nice, but I have to like suffer through the rest of my dumb day now.
Yeah.
But it was good. Hey, how about this? You remember in Pokemon?
Yes.
Remember when you fire up Pokemon Red? You played Red, right? You didn't,
oh boy.
You didn't play Blue.
No, I absolutely had Red.
Okay. I did later get Yellow, which was like they had Red, Blue.
Oh, la-ti-da. This man's got multiple games for his game.
I didn't play Gold and Silver. I got the Yellow Special Edition where 1 out of 10 games, you started with the Pikachu. That was the big thing. You could start with the Pikachu, but 1 out of 10 of those Pikachus could learn Surf. And I had a surfing Pikachu, bro.
Oh, you were that man. I definitely I traded for, someone figured out the infinite glitch thing, and I got Wendigo one eventually, but
yeah. All right. You're firing up Pokemon Red, right?
Sure.
And you go to Professor Oak, right? And he has your three Pokeballs where you get to choose your 3 different creatures to start your new campaign life in your video game, right?
Sure.
All right, well, let's make it not a video game because this is real life. I have 3 options for you in our new American empire, and I'm just curious which you would pick. All right.
Sure.
Now, which would you pick? Would you rather have the Greenlander, the Venezuelan, or the Canadian slave? Because we're all going to get at least one in
Apparently.
Trump America.
Oh, boy.
Pick your flavor. Which way would you go? Because we're going to conquer them all. We're going to enslave their children and send them to the oil mines. And we each get one to be our servant slave. And then we get a second one, a backup, that gets to coordinate our AI robots, right, to clean our houses.
Steven, can I tell you what upsets me the most about this question that you've asked me?
You find something offensive?
No. Here's what offends me is how quickly I was able to rationalize an answer.
Yeah. Well, you and 50% of the country, so no worries. We already got names picked out for all their Venezuelan slave trade.
Is this really a thing that's going around right now?
Kind of.
People are talking about? That's insane.
Not the actual slavery. They just want imperialism, where like people have to work to give up money.
Yeah.
And
of course.
And then they have the laundry list of other countries we're going to... Yeah. There's a real 50-50 where invading Greenland or Chile or whatever the fuck other South American country.
Whatever fucking dumbass shit they can come up with.
Is Chile a country?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad I got that right.
I am too.
So
Google, yeah.
Now,
we're good.
When we first for our art philosophy episode that we didn't record, my opening line was, I've spent 3 days trying to make a Venezuelan slave joke, but I couldn't come up with one funny enough to try it. But about 30 minutes ago, I thought I got most of the way there and let it try.
I think it tracks. I think it's good.
Well, what would you pick?
I don't know much about
You should
Greenland.
not answer. But it is kind of funny if I bully you into answering.
I think it's kind of like, I think it's upsetting how quickly my mind was like, well, if I had to pick, it's like
Venezuela's got a big work effort.
Well, I was just thinking the food's better.
Oh, God, that's funny.
That language barrier is going to be trouble to get over, but I can remember some stuff from high school.
It's just crazy. Everything is actually built up to this, though. Like,
it's insane.
Yeah, it was like a joke where like lefty people would like whine, like, "Oh, we only did Iraq and Iran and all the desert murders because we wanted oil," right? Like that was the meme, because that's stupid as fuck and not why we did those things. We just wanted revenge, like we wanted to kill Muslims, basically. And that was always like the meme is like, oh, enough people will be tricked into thinking it's about oil. And then now it's just pure imperialism where Stephen Miller, these losers, are just on TV saying, but we're stronger than them. Why shouldn't we bully them?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
It is about the oil and dances about Trump being outdanced on the big stage and oil tankers that we could steal. It's just like so pathetically like strongmen, or it's just so pathetically villainous. It's just so undefendable from any religious, ethical, more like any philosophy possible. There's just no defending these things. And I think a lot of people are being baited into trying to defend it, or like thinking that the reasons they are defending it are valid, and there's just nothing valid about what's happening. And it's scary because it's going to continue. We're kind
of fucked right now. It's just
we're super fucked, bro.
It's like the worst part about it is that so much of the damage is done that's like it doesn't end with Trump. It's like it just
not at all. But because we don't want to go into politics, here's my funny transition.
Okay, cool.
I look forward to the day where I do a really awesome thing, and then you have to try to explain to the FBI that you never saw it coming. and Special Agent Bobo plays back this clip, and they hear you laughing. and all you'll be able to say is, I just never thought he'd be that awesome.
He was just such a chill guy. I don't know. He never said anything. He never cut to the Catlin gun. Just...
Bro, and you need to be carrying a recorder with you every single day, because who the fuck knows when they're gonna give one of us an interview. And
that's content, baby.
That's content, baby. And that interview combined with my jail cell calling, this is inmate number blah 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 from a federal correctional facility.
That's a recording podcast from prison.
That's our final episode, baby.
The fucking Gucci Man of podcast. Oh, fucking hell.
What was that dude's name? We've both listened to him. He did that song Alpha and Omega.
Alpha and Omega.
He was Brother Lynch Hung related.
Oh, talking about Big Lurch?
X-rated.
X-rated, yeah.
Have a collect call from...
That's motherfucking rated.
An inmate at Sacramento County Jail. If you do not wish to accept this call, please hang up now. To accept the call, press 0. Thank you for using Pacific Bell.
Killed some dude's mom, went to prison, and then they would record all of his mixtapes on the jail phone.
Fucking so dope.
It was actually sick as fuck.
Most fucking hood shit you could possibly do. I'm in for it.
Smuggled MP3 recorders and jail phone calls, and then they'd send it to producers to mix. It was sick as fuck. I am the Alpha and Omega.
Oh, that's fucking good shit.
There can only be one, none top, none higher. There's no sunny desire. You believe that, then you gonna burn come fire. You say differently, then we confirm one liar. We could do it peacefully or succumb to gunfire. None before, none to come, none brighter. Sunshine upon he, I'm the West Coast Messiah. Follow me, flow hotter. Active volcano flow lava. Fallacy think he challenged the showstopper. I'm so hot in your league, you know. Now you believe, now go tell the world about me. Amen. I am the light, I am the Alpha and Omega. I'm the king upon the mic, you never find a rapper greater. I'm the truth, I am the light, I am the Alpha and Omega. I'm the
Alright, where's the golden snitch?
I came to you before we were trying to discuss what we were going to talk about today, and I asked you if you knew anything about oh damn, I forget what it's called now.
So do I.
Oh damn, let me look it up.
I just megged up my memory. I didn't reload.
Oh, okay. So before we started, I was asking what we're going to talk about, and I asked if you had heard anything about Conformity Gate, and you said you'd heard about it, but you're not caught up on the details like I am.
I am not. Also, the price of RAM is outrageous. Please continue.
So here's a fun thing that I wasn't expecting.
This is Stranger Things related, right?
This is Stranger Things related.
Okay.
So
which I quit season 3.
Right. Then
Yes.
That's fair. That's fine.
And there's a thing happening online called Conformity Gate that I believe is about its ending, the series finale.
Yes. So let me get to the. First of all,
that was some good tea leaf reading of context clues, if I may say so myself.
You crushed it. You killed it.
Cool.
But there's so many fun details that I think is no matter what, I think it's funny. I think it's good and I think it's funny.
Okay.
So I'm not like a huge Stranger Things buff. I think it's fine.
You just thought 11 was really hot.
Yep. It, absolutely. No. So Jesus. So that's fucked up. Like earlier on, it was like, oh, everyone's watching this, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
First
I get where people fell off.
Good.
I liked season 4. I thought it was good. Final season came out this year, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. I have enough time invested in this. I want to see how they end it.
Yeah.
Sure. And I absolutely understand all the people a bunch of people lost their minds and they're like, the ending was bad. Whole final season was bad.
I heard it was Game of Thrones. They threw the ending.
I don't know about that. I think it's fine. I honestly, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's, I might also put it in the perspective of my Lost, experience where like, I can see if I were watching all of these episodes simultaneously, or not simultaneously. I was watching all these episodes like in order, one episode a week. I have a lot more
you're low
invested into it. There's a little more thing there. Like I get where someone could be upset by it. I don't care that much. I think it was fine. I think it was fun.
Sure.
And I think it matches the spirit of the show.
Yeah.
But a lot of people hated it, and there started popping up all this shit online. I'm not on Instagram often anymore. I don't get on like social media shit.
Yeah.
But when I did, my whole shit was exploded with like, oh, there's all this numerology that leads to this clock and this scene was said 107 and 107 is coming up, and
so maximum autism basically.
The Netflix account tagged this thing with what's next, and they said something about this date, and then someone else mentioned that you can hear a clock in the background, and the clock means that the bad guy's coming, and there's all this shit, and it's going haywire to the point where there's so many details.
Yeah,
I myself start thinking, this could be a really cool play if this is real. And they pull this off and they're like, oh, this whole thing was like, you were in a trance because all the characters are in a trance in the show. And like, that's a thing. And like, if they pulled that off, that could have been very cool. I think narratively speaking, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. It's,
and I know, I know other shows have done similar things. But I think that would be cool. But also in my mind, it's also very funny. If people are losing their minds about this is going to happen, it's going to happen. And then it doesn't happen.
I don't understand. What is the scandal? Is the scandal that the ending was just like mass conformity?
There are people that think that the ending of the show was bad on purpose. It was so bad that it had to be on purpose because
there's something deeper at play.
Yeah, it wasn't really real, and it was supposed to be an homage to like, oh, there's something else happening, but you have to be on the end to get it. You have to pay attention.
That actually would be
kind of cool. And if you see it coming, it's like, yeah, that if that happened, if that was very real, that's awesome. That's great.
Because their characters are role playing so much of the show too, right? Could be in the meta.
Yeah,
playing D&D. Yeah.
Exactly. I think there's cool stuff.
But that's probably not what happened. But maybe if they were smart, they would lean into it.
So today was of course they leaned into it for the like pushing it further of like, hey, you should watch it, you should look it up, you should be more invested.
But in that's just things. Marketing, like
of course.
But the show didn't lean into it,
right? No, yeah. So
I'd like to make a clear separation there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I think. Like I said, I think no matter what, at the end of the day, it's funny if it's not true. It's cool if it is true. Today is the day that it was supposed to drop. That if there was an extra episode, it would have been today. But it did not. And Netflix even released a statement that said
it's over.
It's all of the episodes that are going to be are there. But they teased it out until today. And I'm sure I can't wait until tomorrow. I'll look online and I see there are people that are like, they changed it because we were on to them or some shit. It's like flat earth level shit of like, gotta feel like you know something.
At least it's mostly in good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because compared to any single, you just don't understand any single thing that happens in politics. Half of Twitter is doing, like, these invasions or these strikes. I mean, every single thing the Trump admin posts on Twitter is a full ocean's depth of conspiracies that are not joking. Even if half of it is like Russian bots, I mean, it's just
it's really, it's so wild to me. The shit that people conspiracy theory the shit out of anything at all. And you're right, it's in fun. It's a fucking fun show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought no matter what, it's funny that it happened. Period.
In 2 weeks, no one will care.
Exactly. Yeah. When you mean by the time this episode comes out?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fun though.
Yeah.
Entertaining. I'm not like, I feel like it's over the 51%, the show for me, where I think it's like good enough and interesting enough, but it didn't do much for me.
Yeah. I was talking to my niece about it. So my niece was young when the show first started, and she was kind of at that age where like, oh, if it's popular, I don't want to watch it. Kind of that, it's just a teenage angsty thing anyways.
Yeah.
So she didn't get into it. And then when the, new season was coming out, I was like, if you're interested in watching the show, like starting it ever, like I understand why you didn't watch it then.
It's the jerk.
It's a good show.
The counter jerk.
I was like, if you want to watch it, I'll rewatch it with you. I wouldn't mind that.
Sure.
But she's not interested. And I decided that actually if I'm watching it with her, it'd be one thing. If I'm watching it again, I wouldn't rewatch the series by myself.
Yeah.
But I've done that with other shit though.
I like watching bad shows too. Like any show that has over 10 seasons, I would estimate I've watched 60% of all shows that have more than 10 seasons in the last 10 years.
Grey's Anatomy?
Yes, but it's been a long time since.
I've actually never watched it.
I didn't get that into it. That was a background one. House, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I get House spoon-fed to me through Instagram. And YouTube.
If you want to see some big culture shifts, like how much things have changed in the last 20 years, rewatch House. They say some comments about both non-white people and underage women that could never, ever be on TV today, where it is like insane how much culture has changed in 15, 20 years or whatever. Where
crazy.
It's like shocking to hear an adult male say something like that on TV, where like his character, is edgy, right?
Right, yeah.
But I can't think of examples of like hearing shit like that on TV. It's pretty funny.
So I just watched. Do you remember have you ever watched the VHS movies?
A couple of them. They're good.
They're like the first short compilation ones, whatever.
They were not the classic, but they were kind of like the polished found footage horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first one was pretty good, if I remember.
The first one is pretty good.
Second one, not so much.
I don't remember. So I rewatched it because I got reminded of this because I was thinking of different things to watch with my niece. She likes horror movies and stuff, so we go over shit, and it's all on Tubi, so it's free. And I rewatched the first one so I could be like, oh yeah, this is old, but it holds up. Like I remember watching it thinking it's good.
Bro,
I just don't remember if it holds up.
I'm still stuck on Tubi, bro. That sends me every time.
Tubi?
Bro, the only time I watch Tubi is when I'm like stealing shit in rehab, bro. Like Tubi is some like
for the
some poor
selection
people shit, bro.
it absolutely is. So the selection of movies they have is actually really good.
I think Tubi went
years
mainstream.
Years ago it sucked, and then I think Walmart actually bought it.
I think you're right, because back in the day it was like a mirror site where you posted stolen content. Like it was not like a network.
Oh, that's funny.
Like I don't know if it like went legal at some point, but it used to be you just uploaded seasons of TV shows and then like had to fight ads to watch it, you know.
That's fucking really good.
So like everyone in rehab had like Tubi accounts.
They were like, well, we can't stop it, so at least we can figure out a way to make it legal, I guess.
Yeah,
monetize it. Yeah.
But I think you're right. I mean, it did get like bought by Walmart or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's really not bad as far as like movie selection goes and shit. It's pretty surprising.
I think you're right now. I just have not used it since those days.
And I will say the VHS, the first one, it holds up in that it's like an interesting watch for sure.
Yeah.
Extremely sexual in a lot of ways. Like a lot of like scenes that were like,
it's good.
Yeah. It's like when I watched it when I was a young, younger person, I was like, yeah. Even watching it the other day, I'm like, this is good. But now I'm watching it in the context of like, do I want to watch this with my niece? And it kind of changes things a little bit. It's like she can watch it on her own. I think she can handle it. It's nothing crazy, but it's like, it's not always, God damn.
That's not, makes it less likely to be a fun watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see?
Just not cool anymore.
Speaking of my two favorite things, I have a sex thing and then an art thing. You want to run these tracks?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sex thing. Did you see the Pornhub hack?
No.
All right, remember how the government was trying to force everyone to use IDs to watch porn?
Yep.
Well, based Pornhub refused, right? And it's probably good that they did because they just had a big hack. Some hackers hacked the premium Pornhub account metadata and information. So they probably got everyone's who had premium or paid accounts, like history and emails and shit, and they're trying to extort everyone. Supposedly Pornhub's contained or whatever. But this is like the obvious example of like the damage is relatively minor, but as soon as like you have we've just talked about it enough, but as soon as you have to use your ID to get on these sites, like and those are the people being hacked, and I don't know how much you've came across it, but like, bro, I like 60% of like content places I go to are like gone. Like, yeah, they exist, but they're offshores now. And now these websites, it's like, without to put it into context, did you see the Grok Twitter shit this week?
No. What's he been up to now?
To do short version, like you can use Grok's AI in Twitter, so you can be like, "Hey Grok, fact check this tweet," and it'll like Grok will like destroy people, right? But you're using like. And it's like Republicans thought they were going to like weaponize it, and it's become like a curse. Like people use Grok to fact check Elon all day, right? Yeah. But a little while back, Grok started incorporating AI art. Like you could make Grok make things, like generating stuff on Twitter. Last week, they took off a bunch of their restrictions, which include you can use other users' pictures, and you can sexualize them now. And this is like near, I'd say a third of the things generated are indistinguishable. Like from a visual artist, they are indistinguishable from real, right? Like that good. Mm-hmm. And it's people like taking women's photos and putting cum on them, or like saying Grok undress this woman, and every single celebrity their tag. So the additional part to it is there's no age restrictions or limitations to how other people use your photos. So this week, this is like the last couple of days, thousands and thousands of accounts are sharing publicly what many, many states would consider to be underage child porn shit, and making it of other users non-consensually. And Elon is like laughing at everyone about it and doesn't give a fuck. And this has happened long in the past. Like, this isn't like new, but for it to be publicly available on Grok through Twitter, where Elon doesn't give a fuck, and it's affecting every celebrity in the world publicly right now, is a big deal.
Yeah, that's so wild.
It is wild, because you literally can go, like, to any person you know in real life. Yeah, anyone that has a Twitter account, you can start generating porn of any woman you know, and people are doing that, like, nonstop right now. Like, there's whole bot networks that are, like, you know, what do they call it? Dragging accounts and, like, downloading all the photos and uploading cum shot versions of every chick they can find. It's, like, pretty wild. It's going to be interesting law changes, because this is, like, we've had this discussion, like, on, like, LollyCon shit. Like, if you can draw something realistically enough, is it ever illegal? Like, can you actually make illegal content using an AI? And I think
that's wild.
I think a lot of people, I know at least one state has decided, like, you can't make child porn with AI, where it's just like, it may be indistinguishable, but it is not the same thing. And now a lot of these things are going to have to be tested in court, and it's all happening very publicly. And it's, yeah, bro, like, I think as bad as Trump's been, like, Elon's influence over the long term, the single purchase of one social media network may be the biggest, like, not tragic, but just the most influential thing that's ever happened in our lives.
Yeah.
More than all of Trump's presidency. Like, the effect it's had is what made Trump. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a level of control and influence that has never happened in all of human history. Where was I going with that? So I
don't know. That's a massive bummer.
It is a bummer. I'm not, like, I don't want to cover for any of the bad behavior, but I do think there are important conversations to be had that will never happen in the context of what is happening, right? Like, right. I see what's happening as, like, oh, I think me and you could have reasonable, interesting discussions about it, but in the space that none of that is happening, it is, like, basically just, like, public sexual harassment of, like, millions of people, at least thousands to millions of people.
I think it's similar to my point on guns of, like, yeah, in an ideal world where you could trust everybody to not be a piece of shit, like, yeah, everyone could own whatever weapons and shit they wanted to, and it wouldn't be a concern because people aren't going to be a piece of shit about it. But that's just not the world we live in. And it's like, if you have the ability to make something at all, let alone so easily, without really trying, just by typing, a command in, like, it's very powerful.
It is. Like, to give, like, a crass example, like, people are having, like, a debate about Venezuelan presidents being abducted. And the person who wants to be an asshole can say something as simple as, like, hey, Grok, show me what that libtard would look like raped. And it's, like, like, that is things that are happening. And then Grok, the AI, is taking the person's profile picture and depicting a post-rape scene of someone. Like, that's, like, thousands and thousands of times today. It's like, insane. Where and I was joking earlier, but the price of RAM, are you familiar with this?
I know it's been going crazy because of AI.
Yeah.
Shit.
The cost of, like, some of these some of this RAM now, the same RAM we got last year is 10x. Where
that's insane.
You need to spend the cost of a computer on just the RAM now. Because all of the RAM NVIDIA and a bunch of these companies are making is in such high demand for AI and some crypto stuff that it's not, a lot of the companies aren't willing to sell any of it to the public because they can get better prices going to the AI crypto space. So like literally consumer PCs are like at risk of coming obsolete. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but like the companies hosting gaming and like high performance thing, they want everything to be AI streaming, where you'll pay a subscription to use their processing speed through the internet. And people are like becoming more open to those type of ideas because RAM is going to be so fucking expensive.
I was going to say, I had heard somewhere that Asus was going to start producing RAM and selling direct to consumer, but apparently that's not true.
You want to know how bad it is?
How bad is it?
Russian internet nerds are literally soldering their own RAM.
Wow.
They are buying boards, chips, circuits, whatever the fuck, from China that aren't written for the RAM they need, and then they are custom soldering their own memory chips because it's cheaper or more effective. They can get something to work opposed to the cost of RAM they can't afford. But keep in mind, you know, poor Russians are also the people that inject crocodile and shit, so I don't trust their computers.
Consider the source.
Yeah. And Russian orcs, not the brightest, right?
God damn.
It's my favorite slur now for
Russians. Orcs.
That's what the Ukrainian soldiers call Russians, because they're the orcs just pillage and kill the Hobbit Ukrainians. So Russians are orcs, and I mean it does track.
It does kind of track. Is the fucked up part.
They're an orcish people. Not very bright.
Brad.
Very sick, boorish.
Yep. They eat borscht.
God, it would suck to be Russian, huh?
Yeah, it kind of would be a bummer. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much different it would truly be than what we're dealing with right now.
We're on our way to Russian status, that's for sure.
We're getting there.
Oh,
probably have. Go ahead.
Art rail. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just one.
I'd like to clear up any misunderstanding. That was not a performative cough. That was a clearing of the throat that may have sounded performative.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Our art philosophy episode that we may or may not eventually circle back to. All right, you know the Golden Meyer Studios? Isn't that the name? What is it?
Metro Goldwyn Mayer, yeah.
Metro Boomin Studios.
Yes, I'm familiar.
What's the movie one? You said it right.
Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Yeah.
Meyer, yeah.
You know their logo, right?
With the big kitty cat?
Yeah. You know what that says on the banners, right?
Art for art's sake.
Yes. So that's what our episode was on. But no one values research anymore. So I've just elected that I'm just going to keep doing the research and then 50-50 on if we use it. But we're going to circle back to it eventually. But do you want to just fuck with the meta conversation on about the value of art? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Two questions. What is art, and is meaningless art worth anything? Let's start there.
Mm-hmm. So what is art?
Yep, the classic.
It's like if you shit on the sidewalk and like, is that art? If you say it's art, is it art?
Are you answering a question with the question?
I'm asking you.
I have an answer. I'm asking for your answer. And to be fair, I have the upper hand because I've already wrote my notes. I'll give you my answer. I'm just curious if you had one. You don't have to.
To what is art? No.
Okay.
What is? I honestly, I do have an answer. It's whatever the fuck you want it to be. But
would that really be your answer, though?
I mean, yeah.
That's a bad answer.
Go ahead, tell me why. Explain.
Let's say I'm fucking half brain dead, half orc, which is Russian, and I look at a bottle of vodka because I'm drunk, and I say, "This is art." Say that in a Russian accent for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no! Yours was perfect.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was great. It was great. Keep going.
Okay. If I'm a drunk Russian and I look into my bottle of borscht vodka, borscht flavored vodka, and I say, "This is art," is it art?
Sure, dude.
Why? Why do that? Why?
Because it's so.
It can be their art, but it doesn't have to be yours too.
But in that, it's not saying that, like.
Do words not have value in your mind?
So go fuck yourself. The idea of, like, okay, someone can have an opinion. It doesn't make it my opinion, but it does make it an opinion.
I'm asking for truth. I'm asking for truth. I'm asking for truth, not opinions.
Yeah,
I'm asking for truth, not opinions.
You're asking for an objective truth.
Yes.
On a subjective.
Are you telling me you don't believe in
thing.
Objective truth?
I believe that. I think truth is objective.
I don't believe in objective truth. So you fell into a whole series of traps.
I've triggered 9 of your trap cards. How am I ever going to recover from this? Oh no! What have I done?
All right, let's clear the minefield. Do you believe there is such a thing as true art, or is it also subjective? People can think apples and borscht and I don't know, whatever the fuck they want to be is art. Do you really want any insane sidewalk clown to think their shoes are art?
Here's the thing, is I already feel like so much of the art world is that way. Where, like, I don't like everything, right? Like, I don't like something because someone said, "Oh, this guy's he's really prolific and he makes a lot of things and
I understand.
And people pay so much money for their work."
But you have a category error. This is what we call a philosophical category error.
Okay.
Just because other people are doing a bad version of a thing doesn't mean you need to expand your concept of the category infinitely to include all of it. Like, just because there's a lot of bad art doesn't mean you have to say everything is art.
If I'm going from my own perspective, no,
yes.
Not everything is art. If I'm going from my own personal, but I think that's robs the concept of art of what it is, and the idea of it being like, I think art inherently is supposed to be subjective and should never be objective, to the point of, like, the point of art is to be subjective. So the concept in total, maybe, but to pull away from that and say, like, I'm only, like, to judge all of art based on one person's subjective point of view, I think that's the wrong way to look at art.
I don't disagree. How about this? How about I read you my definition?
Sure.
And to be fair, I don't know if it's perfect. Like, I haven't...
I know what I think of art as perfect.
I haven't stress tested my definition enough. Okay, so...
Okay.
But I need you to grant, if you accept my definition and it is not equivalent to the statement that anything is art, then your statement would not be valid.
Okay.
Or maybe not be valid isn't the right thing, but that one of the two is wrong. You know what I mean?
I will have given you a concession of sorts.
Perhaps, or we're figuring it out together. I'm not sure which yet. All right.
No, it's gotta be. No. It's gotta be one of us is right and one of us is wrong. I get it.
I mean, we'll establish that by the end of the conversation, one way or another. But the definition, I don't think anything should be art. I don't want anything to be art, and I'm willing to say there are. Well, I don't believe in an objective reality. I can say there are true things. Like, there are idealistic true forms of a thing. Like, what is the chair? It's the essence of the chair. Like, I don't want the essence of art to be, everything that is subjective to anyone can be art. Like, I think that's shitty. Because I don't want to look at everything as good or bad art. I want
just because it's shitty doesn't mean it's not true, Stephen.
You might be right. Here's my definition. I believe true art is the intentional expression of beauty or evocation of emotion. I think that's simple. It is both objective but open to subjective interpretation, and it closes out 90% of the bullshit riffraff of drunk Russians who think their vodka bottle is art, or right. you know what I mean. Yeah.
Do you have this? Do you have this written down in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Read it to me one more time so I can pick it apart word by word.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I want to see. I wrote sentences around. I'm seeing if any are worth reading. My definition of art is incompatible with art for art's sake. Now, to put that aside, I hate the idea that anything could be art or art's all validly subjective and blah, blah, blah. Like, if I pick up a pencil and scribble on a wall and some hippie's like, that's beautiful art, I understand they can subjectively think that, but I think that's bullshit. And I don't want to value bad or low value subjectively trash art. So my definition...
That's an opinion. I want facts, sir.
Sure. So my factual opinion is that I believe true art is the intentional, these are categories, intentional expression of beauty or evocation of emotion. So those are things that are objectively binary. A piece of art is either intentional or it is not. And it also has to be an expression of beauty, or evocation of emotion. Those are all objective. There's subjective understanding of those things, but to be intentional is certainly a binary that rules out. It rules out nature. So, for example, the beaver makes a beautiful dam, and a person says, "Oh, that is art." And we're in the woods together hiking, and we see the beaver dam. That's beautiful. And you're like, "Yeah, dude, that's art." And that might pass colloquially, but if me and you are like, "Oh, that beaver's art," or is that nature's art? I would say, no, none of that is an intentional expression of beauty. Now, if one of us took out a camera and intentionally captured that beauty, I think there's a very valid argument that is art. But I'm not going to say the night sky is art. Like, I might say that in passing, right, colloquially, but I don't think the night sky is art. I don't think the beautiful caustic shine of a vodka bottle in a drunken Russian's hand is art. I don't think the AI child sex abuse material is art.
Fair. Yeah.
These things are ruled out by the intentionality and expression.
Here's where I will push back. So this is a fun bit where I have the energy and I feel like I'm going to be the bully now. Mm-hmm. So the idea of it being intentional,
yes,
is key to making it art.
Yes.
So if someone If someone
It's not the only factor.
Someone saw a vodka bottle sitting on the table and they took a picture of it.
Yes.
Could that be considered art then?
Yes.
So what you're saying is...
I might think it's low value art, but it's certainly intentional. And depending on that person's intent, I would gather it is very likely some sort of intentional expression of subjective beauty being subjective, or an evocation of emotion.
Okay, so somebody walks up to you with a bottle, and they look at you and they say, "This is art." You're saying that's not art.
They just walk up to me with a bottle?
Yeah.
No. Would you?
So what you're saying is you don't value...
that low?
What you're saying is you don't value performance artists.
No, because performance art could be, but it has to be intentional.
Their intention is they believe that this act is a form of expression.
Now, if you no. If you want to go,
they're trying to convince you to see how wonderful, just have this interaction as part of this this gesture.
I'll hand it to you. I do think you stumbled upon accidentally, of course, something that is fairly interesting, I may say. Now,
go ahead and make your point, because I have another thing to come back to on the first.
I think it's possible I'm involved in a performance piece that is intentional that I am not aware of. Where from my valid perspective, it would not be art, but it could be subversively.
Sure.
I'm fully willing to accept that, but I don't think that changes the answer.
Now with the context now, that this person considers themselves an artist, and they're doing this. It's not recorded. It's not.
They want to give a bottle to a guy that wouldn't think this is art. It has an art piece.
Yeah, they're not giving it to you. They're just showing you this is art. They're not even showing. That's not even the bottle that they're referencing. They're just walking up to you with a bottle in their hand and they're saying this is art.
Wait, to be clear, are you saying this is a performance art or not?
I don't know. Is it?
I would say no. If it is, I would think it's probably a low value art, but it could be.
If they consider it, if the artist, if the person that is doing it considers it to be art, does that then make it art?
That is part of it, yes. But I don't know if handing someone an object is an intentional expression of beauty.
It is in their mind, and they have some bullshit rationale of why it is.
Then I'm willing.
They're able to rationalize it.
I'm willing to accept that it then could be art. I would say it's a very low tier of art. But
yeah, sure, it sucks. A lot of art sucks, and that's fine.
But this definition still rules out an infinite amount more than your definition did.
No, I can give you. I can concede with the intent. I can concede to having the intention. Okay. So let's say someone takes a shit on the sidewalk. Let's go back to that example. Yeah. They created a thing, I guess. Yeah. If you want to consider it that way, they created this thing, and then they turn around and they look at you straight in the eyes and they say, "This is art."
Would you doubt that I think that is art?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I literally have this piece of art in my hard drive.
That's a photo. That's a photo of an art.
I agree. And let's say I was doing my performance shitting piece, my series of performance shitting, which I did in fact do for a brief period of time, where I thought it was funny.
The serial shitter.
Yeah, I thought it was very funny to shit on my neighbors' driveways and film their reaction. I think that is very funny and it holds. But let's say on one of these occasions, I forgot my camera and I just had the chance of experiencing it, watching it happen. That's art. You can say it's a shit tier art, but that's
literally
art. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I think what I guess I don't understand then is if
don't worry, I'll illuminate it for you.
I think I'm willing to concede that intention has to be there. But here's the other thing. Okay, so someone shits on the sidewalk, and then
you're caught on intention, though. There's other
wait. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Someone shits on the sidewalk, they get up and walk away.
Yep.
Two separate individuals walk up, and they see this obviously human shit on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And one of them looks at the other and they say, "This is art." It wasn't the creator's intention for it to be art. But in the eye of the subjective viewer...
Yeah, but it's not their art.
It's not their art, but they consider it to be art. It is something that is...
But how is that different than the Beaver's Dam? It's the same thing. It's something that happened in nature outside of your intent. You could say it's beautiful. You could colloquially call it art, but it is not true art by that person. It's a thing that happened.
I just want a video of someone shitting on the sidewalk and someone else is just like, nature.
That happens all the time. Dogs poop on sidewalks in cities.
Yeah.
And I call it art.
If you film it, it's art for sure.
It's part of it, but let's say you're caught on the intention, but the beauty or evocation of emotion are the other half of the definition. Like I could intentionally.
I think those are subjective enough, though. My problem with that would be
that's fair. You're focusing on the right subjective. Parts. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. They're so subjective that you could claim that there's beauty in anything, or anything can evoke an emotion in some people.
You evaded the second tier of my trap, so I'll give you that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think it's noble to try and define and restrict art to your words and definitions, but there's not. I think it's such a subjective thing that anybody can claim anything to be.
But they're dumb and stupid.
With intention, that's whatever. They're dumb and stupid. That's nothing new. I
don't want to be out here. I don't want to be out here appreciating bullshit. Like I'm sick of.
Well, you don't have to appreciate it.
I'm sick of non-art people saying everything is art and not devaluing genuine and sincere intentional expression by the coincidental graces of nature or funny shapen poops by dogs. Okay, I want
I think
definitions artistically that matter.
I think that's such a subjective point of view on that, though, because anyone
I see what you're going for, but no, it's not. It's very hard line.
I get what you're saying about
we're cutting out half of all abstract art.
Yeah, we're saying that people like shitty art, and it's bullshit because it makes people who are doing good art less relevant, or it takes away from the value of the people that create good art. But if someone actually likes art that you consider to be shitty, and they think that the art that you consider to be good art, they don't see the value in it.
Sure,
they could be saying the exact same thing.
That's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine, but we need... All right, so you're basically saying the definitions and categories of philosophy just don't matter because someone else could be stupider and think a different thing. That's what you said.
I mean, more or less, yeah. I think it's fine to have your personal preference, especially with things like art, but I think the problem is, most people like shitty stuff.
Then what's the point of words, Ricky?
Having better ones than other people.
This is where these arguments go, where it's like, well, it's all subjective, so why do we even have words?
Well, yeah, we can talk about it, but I think to dismiss the idea, to cast the idea of I think it's bad, so everyone else should recognize that it's bad.
But I'm providing an argument.
Yeah, sure. You're providing the argument for it. And I think that, like I said, I conceded to part of it.
To part of it. Let me push. All right. So
sure.
In my research, I found the opinion of Nietzsche on art, okay, is that meaningless art could not exist. So the hippies scribble on the wall. I'm willing to say I don't believe that to be art. It's not intentional expression of beauty or emotion, right? It can be aesthetically pleasing, maybe to some people, or depending on the person's intent, maybe it could be, but it's going to be low value art. Nietzsche's opinion was that it is impossible for the art to be meaningless because the underlying intent or the underlying motives of a human making art at all has some sort of inherent meaning, even if they don't understand it, even if they're not expressing it, even if the art doesn't reflect it. That even our subconscious want to create is of some value, which I don't fully dismiss, but I do not agree with.
Yeah, same.
I think Nietzsche's a syphilis-riddled fool.
I think I actually was feeling the exact same thing. It's not that I fully disagree with that, but I don't believe it's like, like, oh, when you make like ink blots or something, you put paint on paper and then fold it in half or whatever, and it's like, did you really create? It's like, oh, it looks like an elephant. Like, did you create a painting of an elephant now? Is that what you're going to say that you did?
Right.
It's like, no.
But more than that, Nietzsche's saying like, oh, that art inherently has some value. And I'm saying I don't think it might even qualify as art. And I certainly don't think it's inherently has some meaning unless it meets my category of art. Somebody making an accidentally beautiful thing or stumbling upon something beautiful in nature is not inherently meaningful or inherently definitionally art.
I think this is the way. I think
I'm a bit old school. Okay, I'm a hardliner.
Yeah. I think I've just been I've spent so much of my life already feeling this way of just like, I don't prefer, like, there's a lot of music I just don't like. It's like, I will listen to things, that are outside of my general like wheelhouse of things that, like I can enjoy a lot of different types of music, but there are plenty of things where I don't want to fucking listen to it. It makes me upset to listen to.
Sure.
Or same with art where it's like, I just don't enjoy, I don't see like, value I guess I can see it's cool. Maybe I don't get the value. I don't see value in it.
But we both clearly agree that even music we dislike is art because it fits the definition.
Sure.
Yes. I'm just elucidating more.
Yeah. I want to say that like even the art that I don't see, that I don't enjoy, that I don't see any value in, I don't understand why anyone finds any value in it. I concede that it's art. Because I just think it's bad art, and I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I think the way to fix this, I think, would just be
better art.
You just have to come up with a new word for good art.
That's why
they're not going to change the general word for art.
True art. That was my little cheat
that's
code.
kind of derivative, but
I agree. But it's the essence.
I think we can workshop it.
But despite not believing in objective reality, because I can still say there are true things that represent the essence of a thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
There are things that represent essences of things.
And I would say like low value art may be art, but it's not true art. It doesn't represent the true essence of the thing I'm trying to capture.
Yeah, I guess I get.
They call that
feel
a
like
coup
I
de
understand
grace, by the way.
I feel like I understand the point you're trying to make. I feel like it's like almost like gatekeepy.
It is. I don't want hippies. I'm closing the gates on these degenerate scum, loser fuck people that have never spent any time actually trying to make art that say, oh, everything is art. No, that's cool that hobby person craft loser spilled their watercolors, or their coffee made a pattern on their notebook, or they tie-dyed a t-shirt. Everything's art, bro. I clicked my pen on a desk one time in a funny way, and anything's art. That beaver built a dam. Look at the stars twinkle. Okay? That type of shit made Hitler kill millions of people, okay? I blame the hippie degen art for art's sake losers for genocide, okay? And I'm here to gatekeep them out so no farther atrocities are suffered.
Well, I'm glad
I'm protecting people, okay? From those harmful hippies and their mental viruses ruining the culture.
Fucking shit.
Like next time you see it, like next time you see a preschooler color something in a color book, they say, "How do you like my art?" Say, "I don't." It's not. Get fucked, kid. And snap.
I don't, and it's not.
And then snap their crayons on your knee and throw them in a fire. Okay.
Oh boy, howdy. Is that what happened to you? Is that why you're so angry about art? We just unearth some childhood trauma. You just unlock a memory that you've been repressing this entire time. Why you have such strong opinions about art. And what is and isn't art, and why anyone who thinks something that is art that you don't like, they're wrong and they're an idiot and they're a hippie.
I've spent a lot of time, I feel like, fighting art categorization, both because I'm interested in the philosophy part of it, and I think I've most of my life engaged in, I'm always like 2 generations ahead on art that people don't know is art yet. Where like digital photography, old school artists did not think was art. Graphic design was not art. Digital collage was not art. AI work, impossible to be art. Mixed media, like I have fucked with these things before. I think a lot of people, like there was always the hippie types that think it's all art, but a lot of people like really do have standards. And I feel like there are a lot of people in all of those categories that they might make it into my definition of art, but there's a lot of people that do like either lazy or do a disservice, I feel like, to the categories of art themselves. Like I don't feel like I do a form, my primary art is like a form of like digital collage and graphic design. And if I heard 9 out of 10 people say that was their art, I would be skeptical of about 9 out of 10 of them on if what they were doing was actually art. Like I feel like it matters. And honestly, the terms don't really matter so much, but I find like the philosophy of it interesting, because like art is a like special thing in the world, and I think it is kind of like shortchanged when people think like there's going to be tons of AI art in quote stuff that's more beautiful than things I could make, and I don't necessarily feel good about saying like, oh, this computer made 1 million pieces of art today that objectively, if voted on by the rest of the world, people might think is better art than mine. I don't find that acceptable, and I think those changes are already happening, and I feel like it's important to at least stake out the battlegrounds of my categorization of a thing as these landscapes are shifting.
I think there's definitely some stolen valor kind of elements involved in that, of like, especially with the AI art and stuff, where like I definitely always felt it with like some of like Jackson Pollock shit or whatever, where it's like, there's like, okay, you made a thing, but like, where's the real, like, there's no, the vision is horseshit. Like, anyone who tries to make the argument for Jackson Pollock can go fuck themselves. I'll argue against it every time.
I can fight back against you, but not passionately. Like, could see,
I understand the arguments.
It's right on,
but I think it's wrong. It just sucks.
I agree on 90%. I'm sure there's a couple pieces I find like visually pleasant. I think he's like right on the edge, where like, I think it could go either way, but regardless, I think of it as very low value.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's like, I've always had kind of like in a relationship with that. And then moving forward, I want to make sure that's clear too, of like, I don't disagree with you on the points that you're making and the reasoning that you're making of like,
why you
people are saying, I think it's important that like they're important to point out that people are claiming shit to be art that I don't understand how people can put value to it. It's one thing if you're making it for something that you like for yourself, I guess. I feel like there's a difference when it's, you know, you're selling it, especially with like the AI stuff, especially. We already have someone at one of our farmers markets that makes AI art. They take people like pictures of people's pets or whatever, and then like you like send her pictures of your pets, and then she like makes AI portraits of them or some shit.
Yeah, I think it's dumb as fuck, but good for them. Like,
it's super fucking stupid, but it's like, yeah, I guess this person's making money on it. I feel like it sucks.
But I refuse to call it art, or if it is, because maybe despite it being primarily most likely a business thing, maybe there is some intentional expression of beauty, but it's a low value form of it. For sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I would agree with you that I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't call the night sky art.
Yeah, like,
I think it's beautiful and wonderful. It's one of my favorite things is watching meteor showers, but I get that point. Even the AI shit where it's like, I can jump through the hoops and hurdles to say like, this is art. I can jump through those hoops and hurdles with you. I don't like it, but I understand the argument being made for it, at least enough that I can concede that.
Well, let me fight back, because I feel like part of the advantage of my definition is I think it puts AI art right on the edge of like, if it could fall in or not. Like, I feel like if you make enough choices designing something with AI, enough intents, I think it could fall into art, but it'd probably be on the lower value side. But like, for example, all this like grok, child abuse material, like, I don't think that should fall into the legally protected, in my idea world, category of art, because I don't think this person made it with intent. Like, there are maybe choices, but I don't know if copying, pasting a prompt, or making, like requesting a machine to help determine your intent through a system, I don't know if that can qualify as an intentional expression of beauty, which might keep something like AI-generated porn of minors out of the category of art, which could help it not be protected and allowed to be spread. Like, I feel like there are like practical concerns of like why we categorize things so specifically or legally or like why the words matter. I just don't like, in general, I tend to like hippie people a lot too, but I just don't like the idea of like, oh, anything can be anything. Like none, because it's the same thing as saying none of it matters. Like, why does it matter what words are art? Why does it matter if this can be this? Because it's all whatever we want it to be. And I just feel like that thinking is like so like just deadhead loser shit.
I guess what I kind of get out of it is I feel like I'm not against the idea of saying that, like, okay, whatever the scribbling on the wall is art. That's if that's the consensus that we're going with, of like, okay, this opens up the realm. It gives more opportunity for you to claim anything as art. I'm not against that. What that means to me, though, is then opening the discourse to what is good art.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Wait, say that one more time. I think I agree. Say it again.
What is good art?
No, I got that part, and I agree. That is a better question. But how did you say that in relation to the previous sentence?
The idea of like, I'm okay with the idea of anything being art. I'm okay with that. I don't care enough about that.
Okay.
To be, but what I'm saying then is
you care about.
That means
I get it. Yeah.
Because what I care about what now?
Because you don't care about there being gatekeeping on the category of art itself, because what you truly value is the degree of how good or bad or high or low value the art itself.
Yes, sure, yeah.
And I think there is merit in thinking about that. A lot of things that way. I think some things are worth gatekeeping.
I can absolutely see that as someone who doesn't produce art in the way that you do. I feel like what I do, I feel like I'm creating something. And to me, I feel like I'm putting my effort and time and thought and sweat into this, trying to create something specific. And when I do, I get the same satisfaction that I get from like finishing drawings and shit.
Which stuff are you talking about? The podcast,
like making like recipes and stuff. Like with food. That's what kind of what got me into food in the first place. Is like I've got the artistic. First it was like the obvious part is like plating and whatever, but like I moved beyond that to like, okay, like
taste,
breaking
flavor.
down like flavor profiles are my colors, it's like working within those to build a meal is what gives me that sensation of creating art. So Can I
shortcut this?
Sure.
From memory, please, and like genuine, like correct me if I'm wrong here. From memory, I feel like the conclusion either both of us or you have landed at in the past on this is that sometimes all the time what you're engaging in is a creative craft that is artistic, and that some of the time, but not all of the time, the final product is or is not art. That there are some things you're making that for sure feel the same and should be categorized as art, but the nature of it being a edible, consumable product also means that some of the time it might not be an art.
And that's
from memory, though. I don't remember.
Right. No, I guess I definitely feel that for myself. Let me expand on that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that when I make a thing and I'm like, this isn't exactly what I was going for, or this turned out the way I wanted it to, I'm not happy with something, with a recipe or whatever, then I would say, yeah, this is not art worthy, or the plating didn't go as well as I want to do, whatever. But if the person eating it is like, this is the best meal, this is the best pork I've ever had, this is the best, whatever I've ever had, if they consider that to be art, I used to not consider, I used to like, and I guess I still do this sometimes where like someone will say, "Oh, this is incredible. This is really good." And I'm like, it's not right though. I will feel that for myself and I can do better, but I feel like that's what art, that's like part of the thing, I felt with art, like drawing and painting and shit too, is like maybe it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And people were like, wow, this is really good. And I'm like, I feel like I can do better.
Let me go back. I feel like, so I had said that I believed where we fell on this in the past, by memory, is that some of the time, the nature of being a chef, some of what you do does, it always, I did the same thing. It falls under the category of artistic expression of some degree or another. But that some of the time, what you're doing is art, and some of the time it may not quite be. Now,
right, yeah. When I'm making dinner at home for myself, I'm not making art.
Right, you might be using some of those artistic, tools or skills, and
I'm arranging the jalapeno peppers in a good place on that quesadilla, but
But then, like when you're crafting a new flavor, I feel like that is of an artistic endeavor in which the final product would be a piece of art. And to justify that, I feel like we revisit my definition. Because I had a good definition, I think. So far, it's stress testing well. I would say a finished recipe is an intentional expression, for sure. Now, it has to either be an intentional expression of beauty or evocation of emotion. Now, I think the interesting part of that is like, let's say you just whipped up a dish or a recipe and you didn't care how affected the person you were giving it to, and you didn't care if they enjoyed it. Then, despite it being intentional expression, I don't think it would be art. But if you're making a recipe that is intended to have the effect of emotionally affecting people or being a subjectively beautiful experience, if it hits either of those, which often what you're doing will, then it's for sure art. And then the next question, like you said, is what is the high, low value of it? But I would say, like, you're very clearly hitting, like any chef, cook, like people in these categories are very often hitting the art category.
Yeah, I definitely, I don't know. I guess the difference for me in that opinion may be only that, like, if I make something that, like, whatever, I'm just going through the motions, it's just one more thing on the sauteed list or whatever. And like working at a high volume restaurant, which I've done a lot of, and you're going through the motions. It's a Friday night, and someone orders the pad thai, and you just throw it together the same way you throw all of them together. And someone's like, "Wow, this is one of the best like pad thais I've ever had." And like they're touched by it. They're like, I haven't had this. Reminds me of something that someone used to make, whatever. There's nostalgia attached to it or whatever. There's different things that evoke their emotions that
you
like that I don't necessarily intend on. Actually, there's two parts of this. Let me finish this one. I have one more part to bring up. So they get a reaction out of it that I didn't intend for them to get. In their eyes, I can understand to them, like, this feels like art to them. This evokes art for them, even though it's not my intention, and I might not say that. But also, there's another point of, like, if it's not my recipe and I'm making it, whether I'm plating it in such a way that I'm taking it so seriously and I'm crafting it. I didn't make the recipe, but I made the dish. It's like, does that convolute on anything for you?
Yeah, I think we can solve it though. the first thing is like they got a bigger experience out of it than you intended. I think your question that you felt is more meaningful is the higher the value or low value they are. I feel like that's especially valid here in a situation where like maybe it is art, maybe it's not. You're tired. You're just like pumping out a recipe.
I'm just used to it because I make 100 of these a day.
So maybe it is art, maybe it's not. But if it is, to your own admittance, it's a lower level art. But let's say it hits them extra strong and they perceive it as a high value art.
Sure,
that's fine. That's just like the difference of the subjective difference of it, right? And then the next example was like, oh, you're plating someone else's recipe. I attribute that to the equivalent of I'm what do you call it when you're stealing on a college paper? Plagiarizing someone's design, not putting the connotation of the plagiarism. But I'm mimicking another artist's design work in my own style, and someone else enjoys it. I think it also, like, it still probably hits the art category, but it's should probably be valued lower than the original, even if the person gets a big subjective experience or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know. I think there's. I think it's hard to. I'm more like the idea. I more enjoy the argument of like, is it good art? Is it low value art? I think those are fair art. There's fair conversations to have, but I think still understanding that it's subjective. I think you can make the argument for anything, and I think anyone has their opinions. I also think some opinions are wrong, but
I just feel like sick inside when I hear someone say anything is art. I just feel like it's one of those statements that gets tossed around. It's like, if we think for 30 seconds, we can each think of 10 things that we know are not art.
Yeah. I want, the reason I started talking about my own, like the food and everything, mostly was because I was trying to get around to the point of like, I feel like I get some of that, but I don't think it's in the same way. It's not with the same intention that you seek to make art. So I will definitely overlap, but I think there's definitely a difference in like my thoughts on this. I can understand where you're coming from. Basically where I'm going with that is like, I understand more of what you're coming from your perspective, especially when you say that like how much it hurts to hear people say like anything can be art, or like
I'm hamming it up a little bit, but I do feel
right. But I do understand that. I think coming from someone who I admire how much you are concerned with making art and like making things in that way. Whereas for me, like I get that with the food stuff, but I don't think I seek it out, or I don't think I dwell on it sometimes as much as you do. Dwell is a bad word, but like, I think you almost punish yourself for it.
Well, like, I think part of the difference is with food stuff too, like my goal, and I'm gonna fail at it more times than I'll ever succeed. When I'm making a piece of art, it's like, no one wants to make like a middle tier piece of art. Like,
right.
No one wants to be a mid-wit artist. Like, oh, you make okay stuff. Like, everyone's goal is to make the most beautiful stuff ever made or ever possible that you could make. Like, that's the goal. And I feel like with food, that isn't always the goal. Like, food serves a lot of purposes, and it's may often be to be like the most beautiful experience, but it may often also be the most filling experience or the most practical, or like there's a lot of other factors that, while it overlaps and still may often be or isn't always. And I think part of like to test that is like, how maximally are we trying to make something that is beautiful? Like how even in other categories like music, like there are things you can make where you're like, I that are artistic, but that a person isn't trying to make the most beautiful thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like often artistic, like hippie-ish people, like degen people are often like artistic and like art-loving people. But it does suck when open-mindedness is so open that it's like valueless. Like arts are worth having gates. Like there are things worth protecting and defending. Where if everyone's like fucking stoned out of their mind, tripping on LSD and thinking everything they see is art because it's shiny right now, kind of makes, like, if we all thought that way all the time, the people that put real care into making art, for themselves, for the world, would be way more undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would anyone make art music, or why would anybody make art if everything was art? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think there's a drive for people to make art. Like, so
very
like
Nietzschean of you. Yep.
You yourself have that drive of like, you're going to continue to make art no matter what. Even if everyone around you is saying that everything is art.
It's probably true, yeah. But
would that wouldn't stop you.
I
mean, it currently doesn't stop you.
Yeah. But,
so, it's like no one would work if if everyone had, the means they needed to survive, given to them. It's like, I might work less maybe, but I still need something to do. Like, I still like making things and doing things.
Yeah.
I think that's, I get the argument of it. It's like, when you got people like Jeff Koons fucking, making his fucking balloon animals, which isn't even as cool as a real balloon animal because you can take that home with you.
Where I feel like some of his stuff, I can see it as even some of it beautiful or like a really cool like piece of design. And I can't ever know his intents fully.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trusting my own judgments. But I would imagine some of his things would fall into the category of art, and some of it I don't know if it would.
Who's the other one? So I think there's a
fucking Hearst, bro. Half of his shit isn't art.
Oh yeah, exactly. Or it's fucking. So here's the one, Warhol.
Yeah.
Just like so many of the same like repetition of stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
this was cool. I'm gonna do it again, and it's like,
and his like stated intent of like making like the corporatization of a thing is the art. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's just a
his
way
intent was actually to be evocative emotionally, or to make
it was to sell out and get paid for it. It's fine, dude.
And like,
just say that.
if we're gonna get meta to the point of like, oh, that is the beauty, then sure, I guess, but it's gonna be low value art. And I definitely like see a lot of these artists that way, and I think it's good we have criteria to get there, opposed to like not knowing why we think things are good or bad. None of it matters anyway.
You want to listen to real art, you can listen to Approaching Human.
Yeah, SoundCloud, I think.
You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human. You can also listen to Chaotic Steel, which do we have a? I know you mentioned something about a collabo.
Yeah.
Do you have any more details on that?
I don't want to pressure. Me and him are in talks. We got stuff coming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
And I already did the Approaching Human plug, but I'll do it again. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human.
Thanks, John. If you're super bored, you can check out my trashy art on Instagram at Skyzix, SKYZSCX. I think everything on there clearly qualifies as art. Maybe you may think some of it is low, but feel free to check it out. I don't give a shit. And big convos on the way. We got a special recording happening this weekend, and we got some fun stuff coming up. So appreciate you guys.
Actually, I'm glad we went hard on art today, because that actually reminds me, I need to order a piece from you. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, cool.
Check out Instagram for news and art from the show. Check out Facebook for the memes. Did I already say that part?
I actually need to get my print set back up. So that's a good influence for me. Pressure. Good pressure.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right.
That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy, eat trashy.
Go fast, eat trash. That was fun.
That was fun.
This is art. Do that say that in a Russian